Dick Whittington and his cat. Dick Whittington had oft been told that London streets are paved with gold. "We'd better have a look at that," he murmured to his faithful cat, and finally they made it up there, and finished up in Berkeley Square. So far so good, but Dickie knew that he must find some work to do. Imagine, if you can, his joy at being made the pantry boy to Lord and Lady Hellespont. What more could any young lad want? His lordship's house was huge and warm. Each footman wore a uniform. Rich carpets lay on all the floors, and big brass doorknobs on the doors. Why, Whittington had never seen a house so marvellously clean, although, regrettably, his cat soon did some things to alter that. His lordship kicked the cat so hard it landed in a neighbour's yard, but still each morning on the floor it did what it had done before. His lordship shouted, "Fetch my gun, I'll nail the blighter on the run. Call up the beaters, flush him out, I know he's somewhere hereabout." It is a fact that wealthy men do love to shoot things now and then. They shoot at partridge, pheasant, grouse, though not so much inside the house. But now his lordship stalks the brute, with gun in hand, prepared to shoot. He crouches down behind the chair. "Aha! What's moving over there?" Of course, the poor sap couldn't know his wife was on the portico, locked in a passionate embrace with second footman Albert Grace. The gun goes off. Bang, bang, boom, boom. The noise explodes around the room. You should have seen the lady jump as Grace shot struck her in the rump. And in the kitchen, washing up, Dick jumps and breaks a precious cup. This is a crime no decent cook could bring herself to overlook. This cook, a browny, powerful wench, put Whittington across the bench and systematically began to beat him with a frying pan, which she had very quickly got from the stove all sizzling hot. Poor Whittington, his rump aflame, at last escapes the fearsome dame, and runs outside across the street, clutching his steaming, smoking seat. The cat, now very frightened, said, "Let's beat it quick before we're dead." At this point, with an angry shout, her ladyship comes flying out. Although, indeed, she had been shot, it wasn't in the vital spot. She yells, "I'm on the run as well. Old Hellespont can go to hell." Just then a peal of bells rings out. Each bell begins to sing and shout, and Dick could quite distinctly hear a message coming through the air. He actually could hear his name. He heard the bells of Bow proclaim, "Turn again, Whittington, thou worthy citizen. Turn again, Whittington, Lord Mayor of London." "Lord Mayor of London," cries the cat. "I have never heard such a rot as that." Her ladyship butts in and yells, "The cat is right. That's not the bells. Bow Church has got a crazy vicar, a famous and fantastic tricker, a disco king, a hi-fi buff, a whiz on electronic stuff. He's rigged up speakers in the steeple to fool dim-witted country people. Listen, you poor misguided youth. In London no one tells the truth." She looks at Dick. Dick looks at her. She smiles and says, "My dear sir, I must say I prefer your face to second footman Albert Grace. I think we'd make a nifty team, with me the strawberries, you the cream." The cat cries, "Dick, you do not want to fool with Lady Hellespont. These females from the upper classes spend their lives in making passes." At this point, with a mighty roar, Lord Hellespont bursts through the door. He sees his wife. He lifts his gun. The lady screams and starts to run. Once more, with a colossal thump, the grape shot strikes her in the rump. "Oh gosh," Dick cries, "I do declare that no one's bum seems safe in here." The furious, red-faced lady stands, clutching her bottom in her hands, and shouts, "You quite deliberately pointed that filthy gun at me." He cries, "I aimed it at the cat." The lady shouts, "The cat, my hat! You don't think I'm believing in that?" "Oh, yes, you must," his lordship cries, blinking his crafty, boozy eyes. "I simply cannot be to blame, because all cats look much the same." The cat cried, "That's a vicious slur. How dare you think I look like her?" Now Whittington pulls out his sword and runs it through the noble lord, shouting, "Gadzooks! Hooray! There passes one member of the upper classes." Her ladyship leaps high with joy and cries, "Well done, my scrumptious boy! The old goat's clobbered once and for all. Now you and I can have a ball." The cat shouts, "Dick, do not succumb to blandishments from that old crumb." And by the way, the old man who told that London streets were paved with gold was telling dreadful porky-pies. That's Cockney rhyming slang for lies. The cat went on, "To me it seems these streets are paved with rotten dreams. Come home, my boy, without more fuss. This lousy town's no place for us." Dick says, "You're right," then sighs and mumbles, "Well, well, that's how the cookie crumbles."